Ladies and gentlemen, Houston, Texas takes another L. Texas takes another L. This is actually an update story of a story we've already talked about. But now they've actually involved another individual in this story. Now, some of you guys may or may not remember the story, but let me show you a picture that you probably will remember. Let me see if I can get that up here real quick. I know this one is one that's very memorable. Showed up in all of the news feeds, and they took another family picture. Let me see if I can show you. That one, not that one. It was, see if I can find it. Oh, wait. This one. I passed by that one already. This is from the original story that I did. So if you guys want to go on the channel and look it up, this was the individual that initially was charged for the murder of a father, a mother, and a little girl. There was another little girl that was shot, but she actually survived. The way that she survived is because she played dead. She played dead after she was shot and had to watch the rest of her family members and her mother and father get murdered. This is absolutely insane. And this story actually, come to find out, and I think I actually suggested this before, this is actually a twisted love story, like a love triangle. Somebody had their heart broken or whatever the case is, and couldn't just move the hell on. But again, I want to remind you guys to be careful if you are parents. We must be a hell of a lot more careful about who we date and who you have around your children, because it could be to their detriment. It's one thing if you're single and don't have kids, but it's another thing when you're involving our youth. This story is going to have some details that are not going to sit well with your sensibilities, as well as my opinion. So that's your disclaimer if you need to exit the video. But they're adding this young man that you guys see on my screen. So this young man and the other young man, let me see. I don't know if I have a picture of both of them together. Let me see. I may or may not. So you have this guy who was the shooter, and now you have this guy who actually paid this guy to go shoot and kill that whole family. This guy paid this guy to go shoot and kill a family because this guy got broken up with, got left hanging, and the woman wanted to move on with another guy. So this guy went and shot that woman and her boyfriend and her kids. Yep. So we're adding an additional piece to the story because we just thought, no, why did that guy go and go do that? You want to know why he did it? How freaking stupid he is? He got paid. How much money was worth the life of those three people plus the trauma that you caused another little girl and shot the other little girl? So it was 4 people shot, 3 people died. How much money do y'all think he got paid to do that? Matter of fact, if I had to be a little bit of a butthole, if you just looked at this individual's picture, how much money do you think that he had to be able to pay that other fool to do that? How much money would be convincing enough to participate in what's almost a mass murder? Because I think they consider it to be a mass murder, a mass shooting, when it's 4 people or more. 4 people got shot here. So I guess you can say this was a mass shooting, but not a mass murder. How much? No money amount is worth their lives, but I'm just curious, what amount do y'all think that she either offered or paid him? How much little does he value himself in his own life? Did he have kids? Let me show you the individual that I'm talking about again. The guy on the right-hand side, did he have kids? Did he have a family? What was he doing for a living? Probably nothing. You know why? Because he probably didn't have a damn daddy in his life. He didn't have an example as to what he should grow up and become as a positive example. Therefore, he doesn't value himself properly. And if he doesn't value himself, how long have I been talking about this? They're going to go out into society and they're going to inflict damage and pain on everybody else. This is why having fathers in the home is so freaking important. Lack of fathers in the home, lack of family stability, lack of the nuclear family. And this is the result of that. So you're looking at an individual right there who's less than 30 years old that not only is going to throw his life in the freaking toilet, but he threw 3 other lives, almost plus 1 more, in the freaking toilet. But then again, there's more to the story. Now, they say there's another person that has been charged in connection with the murders of a Southwest Houston couple and their 6-year-old daughter last summer. Alexis Chanel Williams, 29 years old, is charged with 3 counts of capital murder in the shooting deaths of 29-year-old Dangavia Lagway, 35, and 35-year-old Gregory Carhee and 6-year-old Harmony Carhee inside their Southwest Houston apartment on June the 30th. Wait a minute, I'm confused. Wait a minute, I'm confused. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. This is the picture that I see, and I'm getting this from khou.com, so thank you for the article. This says, prosecutors say that Alexis Williams on the left hired Xavier Davis on the right to kill her ex-girlfriend and her husband and children. I thought that was a typo. What? Prosecutors say that Alexis Williams on the left hired Xavier Davis on the right to kill her ex-girlfriend. Oh my God. Oh my God. How many of y'all thought that was a woman on the left-hand side of this? What? What? I just thought these was 2 thug-ass dudes. This is a male and a female thug. What in the world? Ladies and gentlemen, look at that picture on the left hand. Matter of fact, do I have a solo shot of that individual? Tell me, when y'all look at this picture, that's a woman? Really? How many of y'all thought that was a woman or knew that was a woman? Wow. I know a lot of people get onto my case, but let me point out something about these LGBTQRST relationships, these lesbian relationships. I've said this before, and remember I've told you guys that lesbian relationships, as a statistic, has a higher rate of violence than any other domestic relationship. What does that mean? That means women and women tend to fight each other and be violent toward each other way more often than men on men and men on women relationships. And people had the nerve to get mad at me for pointing out a realistic statistic. That's a lot of estrogen in the room. So here's where people are probably going to be a little bit more pissed off at me. Because initially in my story, I said there had to have been something that prompted that man. This was not a random shooting. Something prompted this man to go murder this family. Come to find out, it was prompted by money. By this fool on the left-hand side of the screen. So let's think about this for a moment. First of all, why would a woman create children with a man and then turn around and take her kids and go be with a woman and then turn around and realize, I can't get along with this MFer. We are always at odds with each other. This MFer is stupid. I can't do it. Now I'm going to gather up my kids and I'm going to go back with my husband and leave this crazy SOB by themselves. And what does this individual decide to do? Hey, dog, you know, this girl, she left me for her husband. And husband? How long were they broken up? If that was, did she turn around to get back with the man and then they got married or something? Anyway, yeah, man. So this person talking. Yeah, my girl, man, she thinks she gonna get away with this, and I got my tax money coming in, and I also got my stimulus money coming in, and so if you'll help me do something I need you to do, then I'll make sure I'm gonna pay you all of that money. I got you, dog. I got you. Okay, so what you need me to do? All right, here's the scenario. I'm gonna give you an address. And my ex-girlfriend, she gonna be at home with her husband, and I want you to go over there, and I want you to keep me on FaceTime, and I want you to go over there, and I want you to go shoot and kill them, and then after you do that and get away with it, I don't know how you're gonna get away with it, but when you get away with it, I'm gonna give you all of this money that I don't even have in my hands, but I'm gonna get this money for you though. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna get you this money though. And he says, all right, then, it's on and popping, homie. I got you. No, I'm talking about. Since it's Texas, you got to say, no, I'm talking about. Then they hung up the phone. And what does this dude do? He turned around and get on FaceTime, go over there and go knock on the door. And it was real late at night. They realized, hey, you know, like, what does this man want? He shouldn't be here. But they opened the door and then he forced his way in, lined him up on the couch, and shot him on FaceTime. And guess who he was on FaceTime with? Scarface. This fool. Swear to you. Let me tell you the rest of the story. This fool, Xavier Davis, was on FaceTime with Alexis Williams. That means that she watched either the executions or she saw the immediate aftermath of that family being wiped out. District Attorney Sean Terr of Harris County District Attorney's Office said that it's possible that Williams even spoke to the victims before they were gunned down. Let me say that again. She might have been on FaceTime talking mad noise before he murdered them. So they heard this, sat there, and got executed. How disgusting is that? Xavier Davis was arrested in early July on 3 capital murder charges and 1 charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because he shot the other little girl, but she didn't die. She played dead, literally played dead, and was able to call the police. It's a very brave little girl, by the way. Williams only spoke once during the hearing on Thursday. I didn't fully understand what you said, Williams said to the judge. You have no bond in any of the 3 capital murders, Judge Eva Flores responded. Here's the evidence. Let's talk about the evidence. And if you guys are watching, if y'all will click that thumbs up. I want y'all to share this story because this is a hell of an update. Because we get motive, we get all kind of stuff with this story. So hit that thumbs up, please. Investigators say from the beginning, they believed a second suspect was involved. And they suspected it was Williams after learning about the affair. But it took them months to crack her cell phone and then more time for them to sort through everything that was on there. Prosecutors say that they found long text messages between the 2 suspects on the day of the crime. But it was that FaceTime video that sealed Williams' fate. How many of you guys have ever gone live on Facebook or Google Duo, Instagram, and you think that, or Snapchat, and you think that once you get offline, it disappears and it no longer exists? Anybody who believes that, I have lakefront property that I want to sell you in Antarctica, and I'll make you a hell of a deal on it. How many of you guys believe that it actually, like when Snapchat says it'll disappear after 24 hours, how many of y'all think it literally disappears and there's never going to be access to it ever again? Just curious, but let me know what you think in the chat. The case even shook veteran Houston police officers and shocked family members. This case was very tragic, according to Assistant Chief Patricia Cantu with HPD. We're sending out prayers to the family, and this was not only a difficult scene for us, but for the family as well. Now let's talk about the surviving little girl. Ronette said the 10-year-old's quick thinking actually saved her life. She waited until he left and pretended that she was dead, and then when he left, she locked the door and grabbed her little brother and called her grandmother. The girl, who is now 11 years old, is being cared for by 2 grandmothers and has undergone several surgeries. The couple also had an 8-year-old boy who was not at home at the time, and family members said Dangavia, who was the biological mother, had just learned that she was pregnant with her 5th child. Keep in mind, she had an affair on her husband, which led to all of this. For those who might just be boo-hooing about the mom perpetuated all of this. She caused all of this by having an affair with that person. And I want you to look at my screen and tell me somebody who looks like that was worth all of this stuff that's happened. All of this anguish, all of this murder, all of this death. So this person was worth not only her life, but Xavier's life and Dangavia's life, the mother, the husband's life, the life of the 6-year-old, and almost the life of the 7-year-old. 6 black people. 6 black lives. But I thought Black Lives Matter. Right? They do. I believe they do. But why is it that we don't behave like they do? I think that's the real question. That's the real tragedy. I think our behavior should be indicative of our words. Why is it that people believe that words matter more than actions? I thought that actions mattered more than words. And if we behave in a way that dictates and shows the world that we don't value ourselves, then how can we expect the rest of the world to be on board with preserving us when we are taking out each other that look just like us at inordinate, insane numbers? If you just left us to our own devices, come on, y'all, talk to me. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. If they just left us to our own devices and didn't stop us from doing stuff to each other, we would be extinct. I'd say within the next, 20 years? We would take ourselves out completely. No preservation. No sense of self-worth for ourselves. Just want to give you guys something to think about. If I said something that's factually inaccurate, then tell me. But if I'm just saying something that I feel like you're wrong, Jay. I feel like you shouldn't have said that, Jay. I feel like Black Lives Matter, Jay. I feel like they didn't mean to do. Don't come at me with your freaking feelings. Tell me something that you know. Let me give you the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Please remember this before you email me or leave a comment in the comment section of my videos. Don't tell me what you freaking feel. Tell me what you know. All right? Hopefully everybody understands. Hit that thumbs up. If you agree, share this video. Spread this message of the AFC. Advocates for children, and we put our children first. Here we go. Let's get it.
Yeah, Alexis Williams is now facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of capital murder, similar to the accused shooter who was arrested and charged last year. Now we're learning that investigators believe that Williams is the one that it was the mastermind behind this attack. In June of 2021, Houston police say Gregory Carhe, Donyavia Lagway, and their 6-year-old daughter, Harmony Carhe, were shot and killed in their Southwest Houston apartment. Investigators say their 10-year-old daughter, Lyric, was also shot, but played dead to save her baby brother in what police called an execution-style murder. Just days after the rampage, the accused shooter, 28-year-old Xavier Davis, was arrested on an unrelated incident and charged with 3 counts of capital murder and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in connection to the shooting. 8 months later, a second suspect, Alexis Williams, is now facing the same charges. Investigators believe Williams had a relationship with the mother, Donyavia Lagway, and they broke up a couple of weeks before the deadly shooting. Houston police say Williams and Davis are childhood friends, and phone records reveal the role Williams played in the attack.
Cell phone records that actually show that she was in contact with Xavier Davis during the murders. She was on FaceTime through portions of the murder with Xavier Davis. He was with her at her apartment 30 minutes before these murders occurred. So there's no reason that she shouldn't face the exact same charges that Xavier Davis does.
Now, Williams is expected to be in court here tonight. Now, I was just told by one of our crew members that's inside that proceedings have started right now, so we will have an update for you later on tonight. Reporting live downtown Houston, Roxy Bustamante, ABC 13 Eyewitness.
Daniela, I'm told that Williams is in the courtroom, expected to go before that judge at any second now. Williams did not have any prior criminal history until those 4 charges last night, but we are told, according to prosecutors, that she had hired Davis to carry out a revenge killing. Harris County prosecutors say 29-year-old Alexis Williams is now facing 3 counts of capital murder and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, all over a vendetta she had with one of the victims.
We believe that she had some type of a relationship with the mother, Donyavia Lagway. We believe that ended poorly about a week prior to these murders.
Last June, Donyavia Lagway, Gregory Carhe, and their 6-year-old daughter Harmony were shot and killed in their apartment off Fondren. Lagway's 10-year-old daughter was also shot, but survived by playing dead until the gunman left.
I don't even think I could have did what she did.
Xavier Davis, up until today, was the only one charged in the shooting. Sean Taylor with the Harris County District Attorney's Office says they now know his motive.
For Xavier Davis, the motive was simply money. What we've been able to gather is that Alexis Williams promised him that there were several $1,000s in that apartment.
Tier says Williams visited the family's apartment several times, up until a week before she got Davis to help her get revenge.
We know that Xavier Davis was in that apartment for a number of minutes. We know that for the vast majority of those minutes, he was on FaceTime with Alexis Williams. She was able to watch either the murders or the immediate aftermath.
During this evening's appearance, a judge is expected to set bond and bond conditions for Williams. Reporting live from downtown, Taisha Walker, KPRC.
Right now at noon, a lot of questions still unanswered after members of a family were shot and killed. Among them, a dad, a mother, and their 6-year-old child. The couple's 10-year-old daughter was also wounded in the shooting, but her quick thinking might have saved her life. That shooting happened just after 10:30 last night on Fondren Road and Ludington Drive in Southwest Houston. KPRC2's Kathy Hernandez spoke to a relative of the family who detailed what happened before the shooting.
Good afternoon. It's beyond heartbreaking. This is a closer look of the apartment where those 3 family members were killed. Relatives gave us this picture of the family. The victims are the father, Gregory Carheat. The mother is Donyavia Lagway, and their 6-year-old daughter, Harmony, seen here in the middle of her 2 parents. Lyric is their 10-year-old daughter on the bottom left, who was also shot but survived and managed to call for help after the shooting. A horrific tragedy. A mother, father, and their 6-year-old daughter shot to death. The only survivor was a 10-year-old girl. She was also shot but played dead until the gunman left.
It's devastating. My little niece, but she's brave. She's very brave.
Relatives say a man knocked on the door of the family's apartment on Fondren in Lunnington at about 10:30 last night. They say the father answered the door, carrying their 1-year-old baby boy.
My niece told him he had the wrong apartment. And he grabbed the baby out the dad's arm, sit him on the sofa, and that's when he started shooting.
The man killed the father, mother, and their 6-year-old daughter. He shot their 10-year-old daughter in the arm.
I don't even think I could have did what she did. I mean, she didn't panic. She played dead. Wait till the guy left, locked the door, got her baby, and called her grandmother.
She FaceTimed her grandmother, and she told her grandmother, I've been shot, Mama and Daddy and Harmony.
Her baby brother was not hurt. The family is left with many questions. Who could cause such a tragedy and why? Devastated family members have been here all morning and have been in and out of the apartment where it happened. Investigators say the shooter is still on the run, and they're hoping the surveillance video can help them find out who killed this family. Reporting in Southwest Houston, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC 2 News.
Thank you. Let's go to a developing story from overnight. A man accused of killing a Houston family is now facing new charges this morning.
The man named Xavier Davis right here is accused of shooting and killing a father, mother, and their 6-year-old daughter last week. Their 10-year-old daughter survived by playing dead. Our Kathy Hernandez is live at the Harris County Jail. And Kathy, this guy now faces charges in 3 different crime scenes.
That's exactly right. Xavier Davis is here at the Harris County Jail. As you said it, he was charged with 3 counts of capital murder. Now he's facing a charge of aggravated robbery. This man is charged with 3 counts of capital murder in the shooting deaths of a couple and their 6-year-old daughter. Now Xavier Davis is facing a new charge of aggravated robbery. Detectives say an hour before the triple murder last Wednesday night, Davis carjacked someone for their Jeep Compass at an apartment complex on Larkwood and Fondren. That Jeep was seen leaving the family's apartment complex less than a mile away. They later found it engulfed in flames in Pearland. 28-year-old Davis was in court yesterday charged with 3 counts of capital murder. Initially set at $1 million, the judge revoked his bond. Police say Davis shot and killed Gregory Carheat, Donyavia Lagway, and the couple's 6-year-old daughter, Harmony. He also shot their 10-year-old daughter in the arm. Relatives say she played dead after the shooting and called for help after the gunman left their apartment on Fondren.
I mean, it was so devastating. I mean, it was like my life just turned upside down.
And Davis is now being held here at the county jail without bond. No word right now, and if he'll face a judge this morning. Reporting live in downtown Houston, Kathy.
A woman is now charged with capital murder for the triple shooting of a couple and their 6-year-old child last year. Alexis Williams has been charged alongside Xavier Davis, who was arrested last year, but prosecutors believe Williams was the mastermind of this triple murder.
She directed Xavier Davis to go to that apartment. She told him that there was money available. And we believe that she was motivated by a past relationship with the victim, Donyavia Lagway.
A 10-year-old was also shot that night, but survived by playing dead while holding her 1-year-old brother, who also survived.
Man, this story is wild, but I got to tell you guys, when it comes to a motive, I honestly didn't think it was going to turn out like this. The fact that you could promise somebody some money that they don't even have in their hands, some money that your broke ass don't even have access to. And somebody is that willing, that dumb, that desperate to throw their life away. to murder a family because of a mother's bad decision. She just decided to end the relationship. She realized, look, I don't want to be with you. And that's her prerogative. That's her right. But that doesn't mean that she needs to die. That's wrong. Her husband needs to die. That is wrong. Her kids need to die. That is just flat out wrong. We cannot be in our feelings that much, and we must have a low sense of value about our own lives. If somebody wants to end a relationship with us and we feel the need to be so freaking engulfed in rage about it that we need to go physically try to harm them. That is the signal of a broken person, a person that has issues, and a person that does not need to be in our society, a person that does not need to be in a relationship, a person that does not need to be around kids. Anybody who will perpetuate violence against somebody just because they don't want to be with them anymore is a terrible person. Period. Need to be isolated if you haven't already done something to somebody, but you definitely need to be held accountable for all of your transgressions against people, against society, against kids, if you feel the need to do something like this. But again, this starts at home, the nuclear family, something I've been talking about since I've been on YouTube and probably many times before this. Fathers are important in the home. That man that actually committed the murders clearly didn't have a father. This alleged stud girlfriend of hers clearly didn't have any father in her life. Now, what would prompt a wife to step outside of her marriage and do this and still be sexually active enough to the point to create kids and then bring this drama and BS? I know she can't feel anything because she's not alive anymore. But I know what she was probably thinking in that moment is, I messed up and this is all my fault. And it wasn't worth it. You sacrificed your family for what? That's part of what it means when they say through sickness and health, through good and bad, through thickness and thin, to stick with your mate, that you made a contractual agreement with the state, with your family and friends, and with God, and with the person that you are in a relationship with, that you are going to be there no matter what. And you break that covenant, and there are dire consequences to breaking that covenant. I hope people understand, and I hope people will start to value themselves as well as their family, as well as their children. So that way going forward, that's the teaching lesson here, that this doesn't happen again. For anybody who might be married and thinking about stepping out, think about what could happen. This could be you on the news. That is your cautionary tale, that hopefully this thing won't happen again. I want to wish an RIP and say much love to the family and friends out there in Houston. I know I've got a lot of good people out there in Houston that understand my message. To the mom, to the husband, to the kids who were traumatized by this, and the little girl that lost her life, RIP to those souls. Y'all keep these surviving children in your prayers and hope that they can grow up and become something great, and that they will have the leadership and guidance that they'll need in order to become that, okay? But thank you guys for listening to this story. Thank you.